What's good, family? Welcome to another episode of This Ain't Your Ordinary Pod. It's your girl, your homie, Shrissa G. And I went to the store, not that long ago. And during the week, I told myself I would have confetti and stuff to blow, but I would have to buy it. But I forgot. So I'll just have to throw confetti. It's our 1 year anniversary, fam. This is me being excited. Don't get mistaken, this is my excitement. I wish I had the thing, I'm gonna just have to do my best with animations when I'm editing and just do my very best. 1 year. I was trying to do a pod to drop on the exact day. I was like, it's all right, this is close enough. But it's been 1 year since the beginning of this podcast, since the launching. And wow. So this episode is going to be a little less structured, more just a flow of thoughts, really. This is the first episode. I'm giving y'all a little behind the curtain here. Normally when I do a pod, I have notes, things to help me and my mind stay online. So I always have notes pulled up here. This is the first time in a year I've never had notes here. This is just me. I don't think I've ever done that before. This is just me. This is just all thoughts. There's no, bullet points. Gonna be that type of pod today, guys. Gonna get y'all in and out real quick. But it's been a journey. How y'all doing? Let's do our check-ins at least. How are y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Summer has said and taken upon itself, y'all thought I'm too slow. Let me show you how quick I could go. And summer went by mad fast. That's crazy. Sir or ma'am, who challenged you? No one said anything about you or your mom's. Bro, why you went by so fast? So yeah, it's almost done. We are at the ending of August. What? But how you guys doing? Hope y'all are staying hydrated. The weather's coming back down, thank God. I do not like the heat. I'm sorry, the bugs, it's just too much for me. I'm a winter girl, I'm a fall girl, and when all else fails, I'm a spring girl. But summer's just not for me. Hope y'all are well. First thing on my mind is really the journey of this podcast, man. It's been a year. First of all, when I look back from episode 1, first of all, can we talk about my locks? The growth. It was, first of all, my locks were black. Shout out to my black locks. And also shout out to the growth. Come on, somebody. I always love looking back at pictures of my locks and seeing how much they've grown and matured over time. So that is really funny and cool. Please, the setup was completely different. I had a different camera going. The journey has just been real. And seeing myself grow as a podcaster, and also not knowing fully how much this would require of me while I'm in school, internship, working, church, a lot of things going. I had no idea. That's why, in starting this, again, I'm letting y'all in behind the scenes. And starting this, I never said, I drop a pod every week or a pod every 2 weeks. I never put that, restraint on myself, because I had no idea what I would be able to do. And sometimes I dropped every 2 weeks, sometimes every 3, sometimes every 4, 5, or 6. You know what I'm saying? Whatever my mind could work up doing. But man, it's been a hell of a journey. It's been a hell of a year. And I love to talk. So podcasting I think will always be something fun and enjoyable. But sometimes you be going through life, and it's even the things you enjoy, during that specific season, it requires more of you. Yes, I love to do this, but during this season where my mind is at, my body is at, I have to give it more of a push to get there. You know what I'm saying? But we here. I have no idea no idea. I gotta pray and fast to see the direction where we're going next and what we're gonna be doing. But we're definitely gonna keep growing, keep learning, keep evolving. Yeah, trying to do better and trying to grow. This first year was great. We were trying to be greater, you know what I'm saying? Don't want to stay complacent at all. I wonder if I wore this shirt. Normally there's a lot going on, y'all. This is a free episode I'm giving y'all. Like, ain't no real topic, just thoughts. Normally when I'm picking an outfit to wear for the pod, I normally go through my old episodes to see what I've worn. And I did not this time because I was really confident that I did not wear this before. But it is possible that I did, but I don't remember. Oh well. It's alright. It's alright. Anyway, yeah. it's just that type of pod, guys. What else? You know, and another thing I thought I would, you know, discuss with you guys is, man, like this year, this calendar year, not the year of the pod, this calendar year has been like, it has been, you know, a year for the books. Not in the greatest of ways, like, you know, I like a week or so ago when I thought of what I was going to talk about on the pod, and I thought, like, you know, I'm just going to go and just let thoughts flow, and wherever I'm at that particular day, like, that's what we're talking about. I was like going through it in my head. I was emotional, you know, them type of emotional states you be in where like you praying and it's like, there, Daddy God, oh Father, Papa God, like, yo, like it was that type of stuff. I was like, damn, I'm probably gonna cry on the pod, but I'm better now. I'm having a better week now. But this year has been so challenging, just spiritually. You know, I'm a Christian, and like you pray and you ask God to refine you, and you ask God to, you know, give you wisdom, give you understanding. And damn, a lot of times that stuff be coming through mistakes or through just experiences that are a lot of times bad. And taking something, gleaning something from those experiences and then applying them to future experiences, right? Wisdom is applied knowledge. You get that knowledge, unfortunately, through experience. Sometimes you would wish that you would listen to people and take their advice, and that's why like mentors and elders are helpful, because you've lived life, you know, when I haven't. And while I won't do everything the way you've done it, I can still take something away from what you're telling me about life. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like this year has been so hard and so difficult, and it's been a journey. Like I feel like right now, like I'm in like a wilderness type season. Like, God, like where are we going? What are we doing? Like, why does it feel this way? Like literally I'll be texting my friends like, bro, I wish I can see in me what the devil and his friends be seeing in me, because the way they be attacking your girl, like, bro, I'm just trying to live my life, bro. Like I'm, you know, and yes, like this is what you sign for, like as a Christian, and you know, this is part of the journey. But damn, you know, like, oh God, like this year has been, has like tried to just strip me of everything. And again, you pray to be refined. You pray for wisdom in these things, like, but you don't think about the process through which you get it, right? Like you're like, God, give me this wisdom. God, give me this. God, give me that. Never considering how it is God gives you these things. Like, yeah, you want to be refined. You know the process to refine things? It's pretty. That process is dirty, ugly, messy, painful, right? So yeah, like it's been that type of year, and it's, I think at this point with all the different things I'm trying to juggle on my plate, it's I've been trying to navigate like my mental health too. Like keep in mind, like, you know, Sharissa, like we talked about this episode 1, right? Throw back to that, like your energy pile, like you only have energy for so much, and when you're going through it, your overall energy is depleted, right? So like now I have even less energy to give to certain things, and so on and so forth. So also keeping that in mind, like, bro, like don't overdo the do, because you'll crash and burn. Like help you. And so that's definitely something that I'm thinking about. Like I'm trying to plan things better. I'm like a real scatterbrain. That's a lot. That's a good reason as to why I'm a planner. Because me outside of planning is borderline erratic. Like I'm not myself without a Snicker bar. Like I am not myself when I don't feel like I have structure, right? That's why a lot of things I do, even the podcast, like there are people who come on here, they just have a topic and they go, and I'm sure I could do that if I wanted to, but my preference is to have some bullet points so I don't go on rants and forget where I was. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the type of mind that's why this pod is gonna be like that. Like because my mind without those structures is all over the place. So I had to think about where I was. I've gone back to planning things and just mapping things out, putting things in my calendar and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's just been a rough year. And and trying to figure out how to do the pod throughout it all. Like, damn, like I'm already, again, like y'all see me when I'm excited. Like this is not just for the pod. This is how I am in my day to day. Like, it comes and it goes. Like, so it's like trying to even navigate the pod, but it's like days like you just don't have it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't have it. I just don't feel like it, but like you have to push yourself. Like there have been days I come on and record a pod, and it's like, damn, like I just don't have it. Like I just don't feel like it, bro. Like, dang, like all right, I'm gonna just do it because like this is a commitment. I'm committed to this. Or even with the gym, like I love going to the gym. I love going to the gym. Like there be days when like you just want to stay in your bed, like, damn, I don't feel like doing this. Like I don't feel like going there. And listen, some days I don't. Some days I'll be taking off. But some days, like, I have to push myself, like, bro, like, you have goals. And if you stay home every time you don't feel like going, you may stay home more often than you think. And then you want to know, like, why your goals aren't being achieved, but you're not really fully committed to your goals as you think you are. So you expect a certain result, but you're not putting in the work that will achieve that result. That's a word for somebody. Right? Like, how is it that I'm going to put in 10% of the work, but expect 100% of the results? That's not... The math is not mathing, and that's not how that works, right? So I'm just trying to push myself in all aspects of life. Like, even if you don't feel like doing it, damn, that's a word for me for real. Like, even if you don't feel like it, I'm telling y'all, I'm struggling. Just do it. You don't feel like it, just do it. Because I've been struggling with that. Like, damn, I just don't feel like doing this thing. I'm just not gonna do it. And don't get me wrong, all right? Like, there is self-care. Like, I think we're talking about different things, because I know we're in the era of, mental health, self-care, protect your peace, and I 100% support that. And also, I do think sometimes, because I am guilty of this myself, sometimes in protecting your peace or in thinking you're practicing self-care, you allow yourself to stay in the slump, to like, okay, I'm gonna take, like, let's say I be committed to the gym sometimes. I don't be taking days off sometimes, like, unless it's a scheduled day off, right? But then, like, some days I just don't have it. Like, mentally I'm fatigued and physically I'm fatigued, and that's a good day to take off. But I'm like, I'll take off, right? But then there'll be another day where it's like, maybe it's just mentally I'm in my head and I'm just not right. And then I pose the question again, damn, should I take off from the gym or should I go? In that moment, it's easy to say, all right, take off. And I think that's what separates good people at their craft from great people at their, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the day I could have went. Like, I'm in my head and things are going on, but I can still go. I can still work. I can still go and do something. Instead of 4 sets, I could do 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you become great at something, pushing through even when you feel like you don't have it. Some days you should take off. Some days you should practice self-care. Like, you should have vacations, do things like that, have hobbies, do things to alleviate the pressure in your mind. Like, absolutely practice that, but make sure that you don't convolute the two, that you don't put protecting your peace and self-care in the mix with kind of laziness. Like it's borderline laziness. Like I get mental illness, I get all of that, but there's one thing when you just can't go and you need that day off, and there's another thing where you can go if you wanted to, but like you in your mind and you just feel like, damn, like it's fine, I'll take off. I'm telling you, because them days off build up. Like schedule days off, like schedule in a week. Like if I'm working out, I'm just using working out as an example. If I'm working out 4 days a week, I give myself 3 days off. So I'm not going to pick whatever day, but if I don't feel like going, I have 3 of those days. If I hit 3 of those days, I have to work out the rest of the days. Like do stuff like that. So you're practicing self-care and taking care of yourself and your mind, right? But also you're disciplined. I think that's what it is. Like you're disciplined, like you have a regimen. Like that's how you become great at anything, right? Like you got to push through and be disciplined. Like the discipline is, even though I don't feel like it, I'm going to anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's for somebody. That's for me. That is for your girl. So, yeah, that's it. And there's so many things going on in the news and in the world right now, but I haven't even been checking in on none of that. Haven't been listening. Nothing. Like, I'm just in my own world, man. But anyways, I think that's all I have. Like, again, this is not a planned pod. Oh, you know what just came to mind? Again, I'm all over the place, I know. But I don't know how I'm going to write out like what I'm talking about at what time, like because I'm all over the place, but I think this is how I'll wrap up. Like I said, I'm going through what I feel like is a wilderness season and just like a refining, and I feel like God is like kind of pulling me away and like isolating me, and like I don't know what is next, but preparing me, I believe, for whatever is next. That's fine. I think I want to offer encouragement to anybody who feels like they're going through just a period of time that's rough. There's no light in there. It just feels like darkness. It just feels like you're under attack. It just feels like the world is against you. It just feels like everything is falling apart, right? My encouragement, one of my first encouragements would be to ensure you have a community. I don't think life is achievable. Like living, I don't know how one lives without community. And I've talked about this multiple times on the pod, and I cannot emphasize it enough. Community. Like it is vital to your survival and your thriving as a human being to have community. Like just flat out that simple. I'd say build up a community. People who love you, people who support you, encourage you, people who see you as you are for all that you are, and also see your vision of you and see your potential, right? And also people who not only see your potential but see your patterns, and right, and calls you out on those things. People who don't tear you down but lovingly criticize and challenge you to be a better version of you. That should be your community. I think the second thing I would say is you have the community. This is something that I sometimes struggle with. It's like a faucet. I know the faucet is there and that the faucet could provide water, but will I go and turn on the faucet, right? Like, will I do what's necessary to get that thing that I need? Because I need some water, right? Like, sometimes when you have a community, but you've been used to being the lone wolf, whatever, you tend to isolate yourself, not because you don't have people there for you, but because maybe that's your preference. Maybe you don't know how to go about it. And instead of utilizing the people around you, right? Like you just keep everything to yourself. I say use the people around you. I say use the community, because they're much stronger than you're giving them credit for. And they are, if they're your friends, they are well prepared to deal with whatever you're going through if you give them the chance, right? Like if you give them the opportunity to be there for you, they will be. If they're your friends, they will be. You just gotta open up. You just gotta tell them what's going on. You just gotta confide in them. Don't, when someone act like, this is one thing I learned. I listened to Tim Ross, The Basement. Love that podcast. Love him. He has so much food and knowledge and stuff he gives, right? One thing he says that I'll never forget. He's like, I'm honest with people. When a friend or anybody asks me, how am I doing? I tell them for real how I'm doing. And when he said that, I said, what? How many of us would benefit from, you don't have to confide in a stranger, I get that, right? But like a friend asks you like, hey girl, hey bro, like how you doing? Like, instead of like, I'm cool, like how, instead of lying, right? Like, be honest. And every time you're honest, you might not be in a bad place. Like, bro, I'm doing great. Like, so, like, make it a habit of just being honest. So in the good and in the bad times, you're sharing with your community where you're at. Ain't nobody can come rescue you if you don't let no one know you need help. And I think that's a problem. Some people, especially like I am like this. I'm not talking to someone that I'm talking to myself too. Like, I'm like this. Like, I'm used to being isolated. Like, I'm used to just keeping things to myself and just going through it by myself. Because I've made it this far, right? Like, in your mind, you think like that. But you have to work the muscle of honesty when people you trust, right? Like, don't confide in the stranger, crockett. Like, I'm not like, well, like, people you trust, confide in them and be honest always, so that when you're in a bad spot, you'll think about like, damn, like, should I tell them? I guess. And then you work that muscle, and before you know it, that person is feeding into you and uplifting you in a moment that you needed upliftment solely because you were honest. They would never have known you were going through what you were going through if you weren't open with them. So I would say second thing is to utilize your community. And I think the third thing is, even when sometimes encouragement is like white noise, like it has, from, again, I'm speaking from my own experiences. For someone, this may apply. Like, when encouragement is like white noise, bro, all right, y'all don't come from my Christian card, but sometimes I be reading scripture and it comes to mind, I'm like, yo, like, that's not helpful. Like, that is just not helpful right now. Like, I know that's true, but it is not changing how I feel. And I'm telling y'all. And sometimes I think you're in a place, in a space emotionally where it's like encouragement and those like, it's just not, it cannot pierce your emotional bubble right now. And my advice to that person, whoever may be dealing with something similar, keep going. Ain't none of them words of encouragement, the scriptures right now, like, they're not having an impact on your emotional position, and that's okay. You feel how you feel. Your feelings are valid, but they do not, how do I say? They're not expressing your reality. Like, you feel this way right now, but this does not mean that your whole world is crumbling, even when it feels that way. Like, I'm a week removed. Like, but you gotta keep going, because if you keep going, eventually you're gonna get through that little part. You're gonna move forward just a little bit to where encouragement starts to have impact. Like, you just gotta, there's a little part of the struggle where it's like all the words around you mean nothing. You just gotta push through. I promise. You just gotta keep going forward just for a little bit, and you're gonna get to the position, excuse me, where words of encouragement start to mean something again. They start that the words of encouragement are going to shatter you. You're going to be broken. You're going to be in tears. Okay, the scripture's going to come back. All those scriptures, you know, even though I walked through the valley of the shadow of death, shall fear no evil. Like, all them scriptures, you are able to do exceedingly abundantly. Like, all them scriptures going to come back to mind. And when last week or a few days ago they didn't have impact, today it's a word for you. Like, today it's inspiration. Like, even in your tears, like, God, like, you were able to do exceedingly abundantly and above all I could ever ask, think, or imagine. What does that mean for my current situation? And you able to receive those words and speak that over yourself. And now, like, you made it past that little part. You're still gonna be struggling. Don't get me wrong, but I think you've probably made it through the hardest part. Now people are uplifting you, people are encouraging you, and those things, you're holding those things near and dear to your heart. And I think that's the part you have to get through. You're going to still be struggling. There are going to be good days, bad days at this point, but if you allow words of encouragement to encourage you and uplift you, you won't be in the swamps every day. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have bad days, but utilize the good days, enjoy the good days, embrace the good days. Every day don't have to be bad at this point if you allow encouragement to be encouraging to you. And that's a choice. You could stay on the ground in your funk over whatever it is that rightfully so has you there. Whatever happened, whatever it is you're experiencing, you have every right to feel what you're feeling, and also you gotta keep going. There's a quote I got from somebody. Shout out to whoever you are. I don't remember. I think it was a white woman, but I don't know. Could have been on TV. I don't know. But the quote is, "You don't lose until you quit." Like, it was something like that. I think it was that, right? You don't lose until you quit. And I keep that in my mind. Like, I'm just going through. You feel like everything is crumbling, but I keep saying to myself, you don't lose until you quit. And what I've added is, so don't quit. You don't lose until you quit. So don't quit. You're like, I gotta keep motivating myself to keep moving forward, because it's so easy to just fall down and be your feelings, right? Like, be so sad. I feel sad, but I don't want to be sad anymore. I think I could move forward even with all these feelings inside. You know what I'm saying? And you have to make that decision. I just motivate myself, like, bro, all right, you don't lose until you quit. So don't quit. I ain't a quitter. I ain't ever been a quitter. Like, I ain't built like that. Like, you gotta talk, it's mind over matter, bro. It's mind over matter. We out here playing the mind Olympics, okay? You gotta have something that keeps you going. Like, when life gonna come for you, whether y'all are Christians or not, whoever is listening, life is going to life. You are not exempt. Okay, life is going life. So you need to find something to cling to. You gotta find something. You have to implement things, because what I'm going through right now, like, sure, I'll get through it and it'll get better, and I'll have a brighter day, and I'll have brighter weeks and all that, right? Life is going to life. This ain't the end. Like, this is not the end. This is not the end of the story. Maybe this is the end of this chapter, right? Like, but there's more to come. Life is going to keep lifing in different ways, and test you and push you and challenge you in different ways. And you're going to have to figure out, how do I adapt to where I'm at? And you have the tools. You have all you need right now to get through this. You have to utilize stuff, bro. You have to. Like, bro, you know what? God, I don't understand what's going on. Like, let me tell you what, prayer, bro. One thing I did not stop doing this year throughout all is praying. Like, throughout the good, throughout the bad, throughout the mistakes, throughout the ups, throughout the downs, I just kept praying, because that was my lifeline, bro. That was my lifeline. And I know God heard my prayers. God spoke to me through people. He spoke, like, different things, but I kept praying, bro. And you got to, like, listen, to the people who aren't saved, I don't know how y'all do it. I can't relate, but to the people who are, you got to keep praying. Like, and even if you're not saved, do you believe that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior? Like, do you accept him? Like, hey, we can do this right now, because talk to him, bro. I promise you, hey, life is going to life, but I'd rather go through life with the God of creation, the God who created the heavens and the earth, the God who is sovereign, right? In all of this, I'd rather go through life with him. He knows what's coming next. I'd rather be with someone who got the cheat code, than figure out life on my own. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm gonna be with the big guy, and I just rely on him and pray. And whole bad times may come. Just keep praying, like, God, like, you're in control, bro. Like, I don't know why this is happening, but you're in control. Like, you're in control. Like, bro, like, I don't know why I'm out here by myself, but you're in control. Like, if you're telling me to do this, it doesn't make sense. I hate it. I don't want to be here right now, but I'm gonna trust you. Because, one, you've done it before. I know you'll do something even greater again, but also you're God. So, you know what, my guy, you got it. Like, you gotta just keep going, man. So that's just like my wrap up. Like, that's just my encouragement. You got to keep going. You have to find your thing. You have to find your thing. You have to find your line. You have to find the thing that keeps you going, even when people talking to you doesn't matter. Like, and you just feel what you're going through so deeply, and that it has you down. Like, you gotta keep going. It does get better. Again, I'm like a few days removed. But it does get better. And not to say like it's perfect now, but no, like I'm still going through it very much, and I still feel sad. I still feel, all these different things. I'm still trying to, remember who it is God says I am and what that means. And even as my identity and who I am is being challenged, that I hold on to the word I believe God gave me, right? Like I'm still going through it, but I am not what I'm feeling anymore. Like I was sad, like I was down bad, but I'm still feeling sad. But I'm not going to be those feelings. I'm not going to let that just thoroughly, I don't want that to be the narrator, my feelings. I don't want my feelings to be the narrators of my life. That's really interesting. I like that. I'm gonna write that down. But I don't want that, right? I want my feelings to tell me how it is life. That's the process. You know what I'm saying? So I'm still going through it, but I have to change my mindset. I gotta keep going. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta eat good. I gotta, read the Bible, pray. I gotta, read encouraging stuff, motivating stuff. Like I have to keep my mind right as best as I can. Bad days are gonna come no matter what I do, but this keeps me up, and this builds me up so that when I go through that, I won't just be broken down and just like a mess on the floor. Like I'll be able to keep going. So yeah, that's just my tidbits. Of course there are more to it, but like I think what I've shared is the basics, I think, because everyone is different, right? Everyone's situation is different, but I think like those are the basics to get through something and not just survive something. Like go through whatever you're going through and let that thing build you up, and let that thing give you wisdom, the same wisdom you wanted, right? Let that thing refine you, the same refining you wanted. Like let that bad experience be something of substance that you can use later on. That's just the advice I have for y'all, man. But it's been fun. It's been a fun, chaotic pod. Maybe we should listen, chaotic pods are easier for me to prep for because there is no prepping. I'm telling you, I'll be taking days to research things, right? I'm telling you. But maybe this is a little bit off y'all girls' shoulder. Maybe this year we're gonna do more of just whatever's on my mind, whatever I feel inspired to talk about. Because I can talk, and I feel like I'll be going through it, so I'll always have material for y'all. But man, it's been a blast. Like I said, it's been an honor. We are going strong. We are only going to get better and do better with this pod. Just stay tuned, man. Like stay tuned. Leave y'all comments, do what y'all do, like, subscribe, don't like, subscribe. It is what it is. Leave comments. I feel like comments for me right now is where I'm focused at, because I want y'all interaction, and I want to have that conversation with you guys. So leave your comments, man. Share the video if you feel led to. Yeah, love y'all, man. Be well. See y'all soon. Question mark? Nah, I got y'all, man. All right, y'all. Peace.